thinking that with me. Just if I could, I just felt that in my spirit, if I could just get over this hump.
Yes.
I mean, I felt a baby kicking. Somebody was almost like something just wanted to come out. If I could just get over this hump.
Lord.
But you know what? Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Yes, here.
Will there be another hump? It makes us strong. It won't be this one. Hopefully it'll be a lot easier, not as hard. Hopefully it won't require as much. I never thought in a million years what I would encounter in pastoring the church. Never. We all trade jobs sometimes. I don't know about that. But the humps, you don't look for them. You look for the victories.
Yes, sir.
You don't look for the battle. It's told a long time that you're a man of war. There's a lot of battles, but just start looking at the victories and make you a lot easier to get over the battles. And I have faced some battles. We all have.
Yes.
I've come home bloody
Yes,
before.
we will.
Again, the Spirit reminded me. We ain't, you know what I'm saying? Come on, everybody looking at me like,
Yes.
what's the pastor done? We all have come home bloody. Right?
Yes.
But thank God, don't victory smells good. Don't think, you know, I've been watching this series of Vikings movies a couple of months ago. Cassie's got me hooked on. She was watching different series on, I reckon that's what you call them. Series, what do you call them? Series with back-to-back episodes or whatever. And I was like, Cassie, that's 2,920 of them things. and so I was watching this, and you know, the Vikings, they would battle day and day and day and day, and you never saw them sit down and eat and enjoy the victory. It's constant battle. And I had a prophet speak to me, an apostle, this past week, actually a couple of days ago. And he told me, he says, you need to take plenty of vitamins. Eat plenty of meat. I'm saying that to say this, in battle, you got to prepare your body.
That's right.
To overcome, you got to prepare your body. He saw it, I saw it. And he was telling me how to prepare so you could come out of it alive. Amen? So we all have battles. Y'all can be seated. We all go through so many things. Pastor Reed mentioned something. When we forgive and change the way we think and things we do, not just forgive. Keep doing it. Because that ain't forgiveness. But we change. We change.
Yes.
And let me tell you something about that. Can I help you?
Yes, sir.
In that changing, none of us can forgive and say, I ask you to forgive me and change right then.
That's right. That's right.
We've all been there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come on, somebody.
Yes, sir.
It's a process.
Yes, it is.
Right? Come on.
Yes, sir.
You agree with me.
Yes, sir.
You told somebody, you asked them to forgive you, and you've done the same thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Brother Mark, you're the only one that's honest.
Yes, sir.
Is anybody else honest?
Yes, yes.
Well, praise the Lord. And in that forgiving, you change. And you don't go back there. Someone say don't go back there. Thank you, Pastor. This morning I want to talk. I've got two services, two messages. And I saw in 2 Kings chapter 4, we're not going to go there, I don't think. I saw a woman that was in desperate need of a miracle. We might talk about that tonight, so I ain't going to give you too much information. The Bible says her soul was vexed. She needed a miracle. She sought the man of God. She got a hold of the one true God. Her vexation began to cease. Not getting a hold of a religious God. Not saying the formalities. But her soul was vexed. And she got hold of the true man of God. And the true word, it healed her. And saved her son. We might talk about that tonight. This past week we had some friends to drop by to see us, and I was talking to the oldest son, Joshua. And I think Pastor Reed was there. We was talking about snakes. Now that's not a subject to me. Snakes, he was enthused with it, and he was saying how they used to catch snakes and wrap them around them and all this stuff. And I was like, no, I ain't no catching them snakes. Even though I've been told that I'm a snake handler here. Yeah, I don't like no snake. So if I'm a snake handler, I got handlers, because I don't handle them. That's right. Just to let you know, Brother Mark, I got hired handlers. HH, they work for me. Hired handlers, because I ain't handling no snake. I don't know if I've ever in my life touched one. Ever. Don't know if I ever in my life want to touch one. And I hadn't missed anything. But Joshua was telling me about how he handled snakes, and they lived on the farm, and how he would carry snakes. And so that stuck with me, and I started doing some researches on snakes, and I don't know why, because I don't like them. Is it okay if I don't like snakes? There's some creeping things, and that's a creeping thing. Yes. You have power over, and this is the power. Hey, snake, we'll see you later. Well, if you come my way, you'll be a dead snake. But there's some things that just creeps me out. Okay? Now, some people don't like spiders. Now, spiders don't really bother me, and rats don't really bother me. But a snake bothers me. And as I was reading the scripture, I want to title this, I've been bitten, and I'm still alive. Because I believe this is going to help you today. And we're going to take this content out of Acts chapter 28. Before we go to, as we go to Acts chapter 28 verse 1, I want to get you up to the story that Paul is in prison. Yes. And God told Paul that he would not die, none of his ministry, until he went to Rome. Now, Paul's imprisonment would cause one of the leaders to put him on a boat and send him to Italy and heading towards Rome. And as Paul was heading towards Rome, we find a venomous storm come up. It was a hurricane force winds, and it called the name of the storm. And Paul, being the man of God he was, he said, stay with me and you'll be safe. Somebody told a dream this morning in intercessor prayer. And the individual told his daughter to stay with pastor, you'll be safe. That was not talking about his daughter, it was talking about the body. Stay with the pastor, and he'll be okay. Stay with the word, and you'll be okay. And Paul told those guys, they was nervous, and Paul told those guys, stay where you are, stay with me. They wanted to jump ship. When trouble comes, nobody wants to face it, they want to run. You have to face your demons head on. And you can't run from your demons, because they ain't going to run from you until you face them head on and you cast them out. And when they leave, you conquer. Come on, somebody. Come on. When they leave, you take what they took from you. You conquer. Is that right? Yes. And Paul was on this ship, and the ship was being torn all to pieces. The waves, can you imagine being out in the middle of this ship on a little bitty boat, and here's a hurricane, and all of a sudden these guys want to jump ship. And Paul is in chains. Paul is in chains. Now back then when they change you up with somebody else. Paul had somebody chained to him. Paul had a Roman centurion that was chained to him. You remember the story? Can you imagine jumping ship with somebody who can't swim? I'm just going with you, he's going down and you're trying to go up with one hand. Yep. Come on, go with me. Come on, I'm with you. Here's the problem. Plug up the people that can come out with you. Yes, don't plug up with somebody that's going to pull you down. Yes, Plug up with somebody that's going to come out with you. Because I assure you, one's going down and one's going up, it ain't going to be good. It don't look good already. And nobody had a key except the centurion soldier. And I guarantee you he probably didn't have the key. Knowing how the soldiers were in Rome back then, the emperor probably took the key and said, I got the key. You're going to stay chained to him day and night. That's why you need to be careful who you plug up with. I'm your friend. Yeah, you better be careful about friends. You better be having friends in low places. Best not to have one at all, to have one to take you down. I've been bitten and I'm still alive. And Paul was going down, and Paul told him, he said, everybody is going to live. Somebody say that. Say, we're going to live. Say, every one of us is going to live. Stay on the ship. No matter what comes, stay on the ship. You'll be all right. The storm is coming. Now this is what Paul said. In chapter 27, Paul said, the angel of the Lord was standing behind me, and when I saw it, it quickened my spirit. And I'm here to tell you today, just as Paul said, stay on the ship, I tell you, there's an angel of the Lord that's assigned to me that's telling you to stay on the ship and you'll live. Well, I don't believe that. Well, jump off the ship then.
Go right ahead.
That's the only thing I can tell you. I've been doing this thing 17 years. The same angel that was with me in the beginning is the same angel that's with me right now. The very same angel. And some of y'all have seen it. And y'all have seen the hand of God that's been around me. That same angel that's beside me said, stay on the ship. No matter what comes your way, stay on the ship. No matter what comes your way, stay together. It's going to be all right.
Yes, sir.
Now, the ship blew up. And they were all, somebody say all. Every one of them. Every one of them was saved. They all got on dry ground. Every one of them. They were going to a place called, they were going to Italy, but it broke down. They had to be in Malta. Now, Joshua's wife, Kara, Kara's mom is from Malta. Their people are from Malta, right where Paul was at. It's a small island. Now watch this. This is interesting. Now let's read this. And when they were escaped, then they knew that the island was called Malta. And the barbarous people showed us no little kindness. This is what Harnett County means. They were not friendly. They did not want us here. They had ugly faces. They probably had swords out. They probably, somebody come at you like that, you run. They were not happy with machetes. For they kindled a fire and received us every one. They were really not happy to see us, but they received us. Because of the present rain and because of the cold. Can you imagine coming on a foreign place? Now you got to understand the culture that's in Malta. We're fixing to find out what their culture is because they just saw a ship out in the ocean. They was probably watching. And they saw a ship out in the ocean being destroyed. Now back then during that time, when something like that happened, they always thought that a God did it. You know, your God is angry at you, so you must be evil. Right? So they saw this huge ship, they saw all these guys get off the ship, and they was like, you know, your God is evil. He's trying to kill you. Now watch this. Because of the present rain and because of the cold. It was cold, very cold, and it was raining through the storm. Not only were they in the ocean, but it was raining on them. They were cold. They had trauma. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Amen.
Trauma always produces more trauma.
Yes.
When a man or woman gets in a traumatized position, her heart or his heart is open to more trauma. And the enemy understands that trauma, and he will always go back and mash that button of trauma. I'm talking good now. And the enemy will always come in, and he will always traumatize you. See, it traumatized me when I was 12 years old when I had my first open heart surgery. It was a trauma. And ever since then, he's always hit the button, the trauma button. And this is why people cannot get healed, because they got trauma. And this is why people make bad choices, ungodly ties, get caught into addictions because of the trauma.
Yes.
And because of that, the evil one is always pressing them and just waiting for an open door, a hurt heart, so that it can come in. The enemy always comes after a hurting heart. I'll say that again. The enemy will always come after a heart that's hurting, a heart that's vexed. Would you agree? When Paul had gathered a bunch of sticks and laid them on the fire, there came a viper out of the heat and fastened on his hand. Have you ever got a hold of something that just wouldn't let you go? It would not let you go. You got to understand this snake. This snake was a venomous snake, and it grabbed hold of him, and it would not let him go, and his fangs had entered into his bloodstream. His fangs has entered into his immune system. And this snake's poison was just put. If you ever had a situation, oh, come on. If you ever had a situation that was so poisonous that it would not let you go, and it just hung on to you. But guess what? He's still alive. God will not stop the snake bite. But God will not allow the poison to kill.
That's right.
I wish somebody help me. God will not stop the snake bite, but He will not allow the poison to kill. You may have to go through the fire, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, but you're going to come out without a hair on your head, even sport. I'm telling you today, there's things that comes in our life, but you will not die. You're on your way to Rome. God has an assignment for you, and you can't die till you get to Rome. I'm not saying you got to die when you get to Rome. But Paul's assignment was he could not die. Paul gathered the sticks, the heat. See, this is what always caused this is what always caused that venomous snake to come out. Fire.
Come on.
Amen.
Fire.
Come on.
Fire. When you begin to praise, it exposes the enemy. When you begin to give God glory, the fire will come and consume the enemy. It'll cause him to stick his ugly head out every time. Every time. There came a viper out of the heat. A viper out of the heat of the moment. So whenever you cook up the fire, Jesus, you better look for the viper. Now, I don't like snakes at all. I'm fascinated as I watch people as they watch snakes. And I've noticed something. I don't know if I need to tell this or not.
Good.
When I worked with the Department of History years ago, I used to go over to the science building. And in the science building, they had snakes. And I would go in and I would watch people watch snakes. And women was different watching the snakes than the children and even the men. It was almost like they were fascinated. Eve was. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Was Eve not taken by a serpent? And I watched, because I'm going to tell you something, and I've heard them say, look, don't you think those colors are beautiful? I'm like, ain't nothing in that little cage beautiful. That poor little rat that's fixing to be eaten, he might be beautiful. That's the only thing. Look at the colors. Next time you're around a zoo or something, go and just watch people and see what a snake can do. I remember the movie Jungle Book. And Kai, he waved at you. I'm coming. And then all them circles. And I was like, I almost got brainwashed watching that Jungle Book. And I was just waiting to hear somebody come on and commentary, you're going to be a frog. And I was going to say, really? But it's fascinating to watch people around the snake. And that snake fastened himself onto Paul. And Paul was bitten. I want to say something. It's one thing to get bitten in private. But it's a lot harder to get bitten in public.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Come on, somebody.
Amen.
See, here's the thing about God. He's trying to tell us no matter when you get bitten, it is venomous, but it won't kill you. But it don't matter whether it's private or whether it's public. The snake bite is not about you.
Come on.
It's about when you come over and people see that you shoot that off and you can give a testimony about how great your God is. I wish somebody helped me today. I wish somebody helped me today. It's not about the venom that's going in. It's not about you. It's about you overcoming, because he who overcomes shall inherit
Come on.
all things, even eternal life.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Perhaps the snake bites came from your enemies. Perhaps they came from your friends. Perhaps they came from you. But nevertheless, a snake bite is a snake bite. Perhaps the snake bite came from lies. But perhaps the snake bite might have come from truth also. Because you know just as well as I do, there's some of us in here today that even in the lie we was living in, God covered us. Oh, you won't help me. You won't help me. You won't help me. You won't help me. I just preach by myself. I know what God's done for me.
Yes.
Kept you.
Amen.
Kept that venom that you was doing. Kept you alive and kept other people from knowing. Come on, somebody. And you looked up there on Sunday and you were made all sanctified with your Christian faith. I told Miss Carolyn this morning. Miss Carolyn was and we got right here at the church and she says, "Are you okay?" I said, "Miss Carolyn, I can't talk." And then she says, "I'm going to hush now away at the church." I said, "That's the opposite of what marriage people do, because they don't talk at all until they open the doors, and then they put on their sweet smelling Jesus face and hold hands and walk into the church." Well, praise the Lord. Come on, Jesus. Come on, somebody. Is that right? Is that so? I'm going to pull a bishop's honors on. Is that so? You know what God kept you from.
Yes.
Your life would have been destroyed if God didn't keep you.
Amen.
Would have destroyed you. I'm talking from Alan Mason experience. God kept me from the venom that I produced myself. Yes, a lot of it was from enemies. Yes, a whole bunch of it was from friends. Even your friends bring the venom to you. But nevertheless, these guys, when it fastened on his hand and the adrenaline of the venom was pumping through his heart, his vital organs. Next verse. Yes. When the barbarians saw the venomous beast hang twice, it said, hung on him. He couldn't get it off. There's some things that just don't seem to go away. There's some thorns that just don't seem. Am I helping you?
Amen.
There's just some thorns in our thighs, in our sides, that just don't seem to go. And let me tell you, the religious folks something about a thorn. When Paul said there's a thorn in my side, he was not talking about sickness. Paul wasn't sick, because if Paul was sick, then the scripture don't matter. Because Paul understood the power of healing. The thorn that was in his side was other people.
Come on.
Yes.
They're thorns and thistles.
Yes.
Can somebody help me?
Yes.
I almost was going to go there.
Come on.
Even marriages might have thorns in them.
Yes.
Everything going good for 3 weeks, and all of a sudden there comes that thorn. Come on, somebody. You just laughing, and all of a sudden, bam, you're right back to square one. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Right back there. Why? Why? Because two people this morning said there was a light in the tree. He's like a roaring lion, seeking whom he can devour. Now, to kill. And he's going to use your enemy, your friends, and even yourself. But God, great in mercy. Thank God for a merciful God. I have made some unwise decisions.
Amen.
Anybody?
Amen.
Yes, sir.
Even recent.
Amen.
I was sharing with a brother one that I just recently made that I knew was wrong. And this is what the individual told me. Listen to this real good, just to help you. He said, brother, you need to repent. You were wrong in making that decision. Because I was pressured. And we ain't never been pressured to make a decision. No. And he said, you need to repent fast because you were wrong. When I hung up the phone, you know what I did? I cried out to God. He said, I was wrong. I was pressured in it. And people pressured me into the decision to make that I knew was unholy and ungodly. But I made it in. When the barbarians saw the venomous thing hang on his hand, they said among themselves, see, here it is. This man's a murderer. All these things happen. Can you imagine these barbarians looking at this man coming across the ocean, out there about a mile, all of a sudden the ship blows up, people blow out of the ship. Come on, we're going Hollywood. Come on, let's go Hollywood. Blow out of the ship, they just, all over the place, they just see them, and then all of a sudden they just count the number of bodies that's come off the ship, probably 50. And then all of a sudden they see 50 of them walking up like this right here. And then all of a sudden Paul says, let's get some wood and let's make a fire. And all of a sudden Paul got some wood and he started a fire, and all of a sudden he grabbed a piece of wood, and when he put it on the fire, when the heat come against that vapor, that vapor, they're watching this. This man's a devil. This man's a murderer. He escaped the sea, yet vengeance is trying to kill him. It's not his day. Let's read on. He shook off the beast into the fire. I got an antidote for the snake bite. It's called Jesus Christ.
Come on.
No matter what you're going through today, you're able to overcome your situation. There's people right now that's waiting for your snake bite to kill you so they can take your place.
Amen.
Oh, you won't help me.
Amen.
They call you up and say, how's Aunt Betty doing? They don't care nothing about Aunt Betty. They want to know how she's doing. There's people waiting for your snake bite to kill you. Because the assignment was for you to die. And you will, oh, they try to yoke themselves up with it. The devil is a lie.
Yes.
Did you know what the Bible says he looks like? He's the angel of light. But I tell you what he can't be in the presence of. High anointed praise. He might can do works, but he can't be in the presence of high anointed praise. I watch them. They close their eyes. They can't stand it. Their eyes go to blinking. They can't stand it. I've seen it over 17 years. I've watched this. I've watched. High anointed praise, they can't stand. They raise their hand for a little while, but just high anointed praise. And when you really tap into it, boy, they gotta go. Gots to go. He shook off the beast into the fire, and he felt. Has anybody got a snake bite? I want to tell you today. I want to tell you, you will feel no harm. I want to tell you today, the venom, man, I feel God on this. The venom will not kill you. I want to tell you, it will not affect your organs. Oh, come on, somebody. Am I helping anybody? I want to tell you, you will not die. Your family will not die. Your spouse will not die. Your children will not. I want to tell you today that that fire is drawing the snakes out. And it's just but a mere minute where they're going to be cast back into the fire in which they come out of.
Yes.
It's not going to last long.
Amen.
This too. Man of God told me this too will pass. It will pass. It will pass. I tell you today, it will pass. It won't kill you. You might thought you died last time. I've been in some tight predicaments. And I've had some venomous snakes to bite me.
Yes.
How about you?
Yes, sir.
You thought you were going to die. You thought your heart was going to burst. But God, in His endless grace and in His endless mercy, would come to the rescue.
Yes.
And say, this snake bite ain't about you, Paul. It's for the barbarians that's looking at you. You got a testimony, Paul. They're going to wonder how you got out of this clean. They're going to wonder how you got out of the shipwreck. They're going to wonder how you got out of the cold. The cold weather was enough to kill these guys. The cold weather alone. And I guarantee you, I promise you, the men that was on that ship, not all of them could swim, but they all made it. Because they heard the voice of God that says, I stand here to tell you there's an angel beside you. Stay on this boat and you'll all live. Sometimes you have to let your goods go.
Yes.
Come on, somebody. Sometimes you can't carry stuff that your grandma had and your grandpa packed up in a chest. Sometimes you have to tell your goodies goodbye. Sometimes you just have to stay with the Word.
Yes.
It's been proven, not a word that just come to you that you don't know nothing about. Know those whom you labor among. You can't just get hooked up to anybody anytime.
No.
Just all of a sudden, come on, somebody. You'll lose your soul, lose your life. Be careful who you hang out with. Be careful what you hear. So I did a study. Now I don't. This ain't Bible. But I thought this was very interesting. So I put in Google or Goggle. I don't know which it is. Because I don't know nothing about that mess. I just know how to put it in. And I put in, what was the snake that bit Paul? So I wanted to do a little study. Now this is not Bible. Note that. But this is what the theologians, and this is what historians said during that time. Now this was very interesting to me. I could not believe it when I read it. The snake that was on the Isle of Malta, it says there's no venomous snake on Malta. None. Period. That didn't make no sense. No, either they're lying or God's lying. Or Paul's lying. But it did say, watch this, that it did say the only snake that's on Malta, many snakes, but it's the only snake that's on Malta that's been tied, is called the leopard. It's kind of close to the lion, ain't it? The leopard Zamanonis. I don't know how you say it. Zamanonis. And it's, watch this, now this is interesting. It's not venomous in Malta, but it is a very highly venomous snake in Europe. And the theologians and the historians come to the conclusion when that venomous snake bit Paul, the anointing took the bite, the venom out of the snake. Come on, somebody. And now, today, there's no venomous snake on Malta. Why? Because the anointed man of God that was able to go through every circumstance. I'm telling you this morning, turn on to Black Keys, you're able to go through every circumstance in your life. You will not die. You will live.
Come on.
You will live in your circumstance.
Yes,
It might hurt. It might be painful. It might be in public. It might be in private. But I'm telling you today, you're going to make it.
Thank you.
You're going to make it. You will make it. Your children will make it. Your spouse will make it. You will make it. Stay on the boat.
Amen.
You're not going to die. Shake it off. Practice shaking it off. Woo. Let's finish reading this thing. Go to the next one. Whatever the next scripture is. I'm sorry I didn't give it to you. Pastor, if you begin to play. Standing. Snake. Hanging. On his main vein. In his artery. Wonder who was talking to Paul. Have you ever had something to grab you? It just would not let you go. Could not shake it off. Is there for a reason. Perhaps, watch this, your praise caused it to flare up. See, we've been into a high level of praise in the last 3 or 4 months.
Yes. Yes.
High level. That's why I know. A lot of stuff is going on in their lives. A lot of stuff I'm hearing going on. Stand with you. When they looked and knew that this man was supposed to die because his hand's supposed to swell. A lot of people are waiting for your situation to blow up and kill you. That's why they keep making contact with you. How you doing? You know what I've learned in the last year? I've learned that everybody talks about Jesus. It's the furthest thing from the Lord.
That's right. That's right.
He should have fallen down. He should have died suddenly. But after they had looked at him and saw no harm coming in, they changed their minds, talking about how his God wanted to kill him, and they said that he was God. Well, he was a son of God. Let's read the next verse. Watch how beautiful this story plays out. This is why you can't die. In the same quarters were possessions of chief men of Ireland whose name was, that's not it, is that it? A chief man of the islands whose name was Publius, who received us and lodged us there 3 days courteously. For the first time. They've received us now. Why? You know why? Watch this. Stay with me just a few more minutes. They received his testimony. It was proven. People's testimony has to be proven. Next verse. And it came to pass that the father of Publius, that this is the king, lay sick of a fever and a bloody flux, to whom Paul entered in and prayed and laid his hands on him. And the king's father. Now, why was he the king's father? Because he was once the king. Because kings transfer their titles to the sons. Would you agree?
Yes.
The firstborn always gets. And laid his hand on him and healed him. What happened? What happened with that snake bite? What happened with that snake bite in your life? It wasn't for evil. brought it. But God is going to turn it and make it good.
That's right.
And there'll be nations born out of your trials and tribulations. I ask the Lord, this last of the concert, and I'll be honest with you, I wanted to die. Is that okay? Didn't have hope. Is that okay? Can I be real with you today?
Amen.
Yes, sir.
I want
Amen.
to be open with you today. Can I sit right where you're sitting today and say, I've been where you've been, I had a sign over my life of death, and I want you to die? I said, I know I think I'm Superman. And I try my best to look like you. But sometimes I can't get to the telephone booth in time. And I sat in that hospital. The favor of God was all over me. He gave me a sweet. You ask my parents, you ask my wife, you ask my son. My parents didn't go to the city. No, they didn't. One time they were very sick. They gave me, Brother Martin, they gave me a suite in the whole hospital. The whole suite. Gave me. I couldn't see the suite. I couldn't see the hand of God because all I could feel was the venom.
That's right.
I think I said something right there. So many times we can't see the hand of God for venom.
Situation.
God, that's powerful. And I saw them people lined up at my door, and I didn't want to deal with them. And my wife would write notes and put all over the wall. Healing scripture and stuff. She'd read them to me, and I'd read them. I didn't want to read them. Okay? All right, if I'm real with you today?
Yes, yes.
My Jesus face going on.
That's right.
Please.
I felt venom all over my body. Third time. Yeah, you pray for others, they get healed. Venom. And I said, so watch those people come in my door. They were standing at my door. You can ask my wife. She never left my side. I want to thank you. I'll do it. They would walk up to me and they'd want me to prophesy and pray over them. I rose up in bed like Jacob. God strengthened me and I began to prophesy. They were healed. I had to sit in the chair. My wife would have to clean my behind. I couldn't even bathe. I didn't feel like a man of God. Then my son was off in rehab. I know what it's like to get bit.
Yes, sir.
See loved ones get bit. We're here today.
Yes, sir.
We're here today.
Amen.
We're here today.
Yes.
We're here today.
Yes. Thank you.
Shake it off. You're here today.
Yes.
What's God got for you today? You're here today. Come on, somebody. Shake it off. That venom ain't gonna kill you. That, matter of fact, that snake that bit you ain't venomous anymore. God's healing some folks right now. Just receive the healing right now. If God's healing you right now, I want you to stand up. If you get healed in this message, I want you to stand up right now. Come on, if you're not, don't stand up. But if God's touching you right now and healing you in this message, shake that venom off. If you and your spouse need to get together right now because you've had hardships, you go find your wife or you find your husband, you shake this stuff off. Come on, somebody. It's a new day today. It's a new life. It's a new day today. Come on, somebody. Come on out here, Emma. Come on out here, sister. Come on, it's a new day today. It's a dawn of the new day. Come on, God's getting rid of the venom. God's getting rid. Come on, Pastor. Come on. We don't need anybody to talk. Come on. God's getting rid of some venom. 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 Come on, we don't need no music. Don't cut no music on. We don't need no music. We don't need no music. We don't need no music to do the things of God. Come on, God's healing us.
Yes.
God's delivering us.
Yes, sir.
It's a new day. Somebody say it's a new day.
It's a new day.
Somebody say it's a new way.
It's a new way.
It's a new way.
New way.
Shake that stuff off. Come on, somebody. That snake ain't gonna kill you. That snake ain't gonna kill your relationship. That snake ain't gonna kill your finances. That snake ain't gonna kill your children. Shake it off. It's the enemy. He tried to destroy. Come on, somebody. God is greater than that. God is greater than that. Greater is in us than he that is in the world. Come on. It's a new day. It's a new life. I want you to, next time your son or your daughter's going through some stuff, I want you to look right at them and I want you to think within yourself, that snake is not going to kill me, nor your husband, nor your daddy, nor is it going to kill you. You're going to make it. You're going to make it. You're going to make it. There'll be a shaking and that snake will fall off. I promise you, that snake will fall off. As a prophet of God, I stand before you today and say, in your life, if you pray against me if you want to, that snake is going to fall off of your life. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. 100% promise you. 100% in 5 years from now. It ain't going to be like it is right now. Come on, somebody. I tell you, your finances is going to turn around. I tell you, your children's going to turn around. They're going to start coming home when they hadn't come home before. They're going to start talking to you when they hadn't called you before. Faith is going to turn around because it's my testimony.
Yes.
God knows what we've done.
Yes.
God knows what you've done in the secret place. God knows what you've done in secret. I don't know what anybody in here has done in their secret place. I only know what I've done in mine. And you don't know what I've done in mine. It's going to happen, Sister Lisa. I promise you. I promise you, sister. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen in your grandson. I promise you. That venom is not going to kill your grandson. I promise you. God is going to deliver you. And that diabetic spirit is going to die. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. They will kill you. Miss Carolyn, I promise you, your children, that snake is not going to grab hold of them any longer. I prophesy over every one of your children right now that the venomous snake will become non-venomous and they'll be healed. Come on. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you.
Thank you, Lord.
Sister Terry, your daughter, the venom, the venom, the venom. Shake it off for her. She don't know nothing. Just shake it off for her. Just shake it off for her. Shake it off for her.
Yeah.